Hi, it's Dave and Jeanette at Mile End, down on the Lizard in Cornwall, 2nd of September 2023, and summer has arrived at last. So thought I'd just grab a video before the winter happens. We don't seem to get to autumn anymore, and yeah, things are certainly enjoying the sunshine now. We've had a lot of rain this summer. We had a dry spell, then a wet spell, and now we're going to have another dry spell, but the trees are doing okay. It's not too bad in the paddock. We had 5 trees snap off over that. Really annoying. We had 5 weekends of gales, up to 95 mile an hour gales. And that was our July, really. End of June, summer finished, July, autumn started, and now mid-August, or end of August, early September, summer is back again. Right, okay, I'll pause this while I walk up the lane this time. Okay, so just up the end of the lane. I'm not going to concentrate on the antennas too much, but you can probably see them from there anyway. The brambles have absolutely loved the wet spell. It's right up here. We're having to weekly chop it back at the moment. It's really annoying, and yeah, looks like it's going to be a brambles autumn. There's a nice tree. One tree survived there, so eventually we will block off this part of the garden. So I walk down through the stone circle, and it's looking really nice in there. Lots of nice plants. I mean, the GM snapped off, but that's not the end of the world. But it is probably the nicest it's been. I'll walk all the way around and stop at the entrance. A little look up, and there you go, that's the time. About 24 minutes past 2. Okay, walk around the back of the shack. And the coax is slowly getting covered up. This bed has gone crazy. We're going to have to move some of the willows. We've got the weeping willow in the middle, but it's been a bit drowned out by the dogwood and the other willows, so we're going to move a few of these willows. What we're going to do is down here plant some trees to try and protect the garden from the easterlies in the winter. So we'll see how that goes. You'll see next year. Here we go, absolutely amazing, the Gunnera. It is still going. It's incredible this year. Of course, it enjoyed all the extra rainfall. Doing really well. Also, the bamboo is doing too well. We've got to start snipping it off. We've got to spend, I think, probably a weekend just chopping it back all along there. It's taking over up to the pergola. Everything's doing really well around the pergola. Honeysuckles climbed all the way up there and is about to climb all inside as well, and across there. And the olives, we've actually got some olives on here this year. I don't know, we can see them. Yeah, I think we can. If I go in a bit closer there, I think you can probably see them. Lots on that one. I've got the sun in my eyes, so I can't really see a lot, but I think I've probably captured them. There we go. See if we can actually eat any of them. Bananas, actually they're not looking great, the bananas. I don't think it's the ideal place for them, but we'll protect them this winter, so hopefully they'll grow a bit bigger. They were bigger at the beginning of this year until the frosts hit. And yep, the big echium has gone now. So the next year's echiums are coming along, and down there as well. And there's another one down here. The cannas, what I'll do, I'll go round the other side. We love these grasses. Lovely rustling sound as you brush past them, really pretty. Yeah, if I come round this side, hopefully it comes out on the shot. But yeah, the cannas, absolutely beautiful. I think the weather was just about perfect for them. I'm not sure if it's too shaded to pick out the red, but we'll see later anyway. Hopefully it isn't too shaded. And yeah, everything's doing so well because of the rain, I suppose, although it did get a bit of a blast with all these gales. We did have some trees down. We also had our vegetables wrecked. Yep, that'll be out in flower soon. And I'm heading up here, and I'm hoping it hasn't plopped over. And we've got King Charles lily. No, I can see it's still there. It's hanging on in there. So let's get that out of the way of it. I'll go right down in on it. It is beautiful. It's massive. If I put my hand next to it, you can see how big it is. We've got another one coming out here as well. Oh, gorgeous! It's been a really good year for lilies this year. And I think the others are all they're all over now. They've all fell back. Done really well. So okay, if I come into the fairy garden, walk back. Been a good year for fuchsias as well. I will show the fuchsia at the back of the summer house. But first, just have a look at these. Everything's growing really well in there. The cordylines that self-rooted, that were stumps, are growing up. Formium, not exciting flowers, but it's okay. Roses, they're beautiful roses. We've done really well with the roses this year. Look at them. Yep. And the hydrangeas, of course, they don't mind a bit of wind and a bit of rain. Dahlias as well have done really, really well. Well, so most of the dahlias have done well. Look how pretty they are. Look at them. Okay. Our seating area for the barbecue. And the summer house with the lovely decoration that Jeanette's done all around it. It's a real seaside theme. The hydrangeas are just about over now. These are the lace cap ones. The mop heads are still doing okay. Some of them are still coming into flower. I mean, there is the odd one, and you can probably see in there, up there, that are still coming out. And the daylilies, we think they're daylilies, but we're not sure. It's been the best year ever. I think they've absolutely loved this rain at this point of the year. And here's going to be our wisteria arch. At the moment, though, I think we need to tame the Virginia creeper. The Virginia creeper has gone absolutely mad, and it needs all time back. And but the wisteria's gone mad as well. You can see up there, the wisteria's already climbed the whole way up to the top. So it's holding its own. And up along here as well, it's climbed up to the top. So we're going to get it to run all along there as well, which will be really nice. Cosmos this year have done really well as well. It's really pretty. Okay, so I'm not spending too long out here, but I will just go around to this fuchsia, and I don't know if we'll pick it up on the camera, but this would be ideal for a bush the whole way along. If I just scan up, I don't know if it picks it up on the camera, but it's full of bees. It's just bzzz. They absolutely love it, and it's all up through there. Yeah, it's been the best I've ever seen it, and it's massive. It's a really nice one. So we're really pleased with that. And there's our compost bins as well. They're full, so I think I need to sort them out this winter. I imagine one now has got compost in. Rhodie looks healthy. The trees are now up to my antennas, so I need to do a bit of trimming. Hoping the elms don't die. We've got a few elms that have grown up from stumps of ones that did die. So I'm a bit concerned that they're just going to get to a certain height and die back, but we'll see. Give them a chance. Okay. There's our covering for the wood store. Wood scene. Really good idea of Jeanette's, that was. And this is really nice this year. This has done well. Anywhere that's a bit sheltered has really enjoyed it. Anywhere that's been out in the wind has got absolutely blasted. But everything here is pretty well protected. The camellias, of course, are doing really well. And yeah, here's one of the rhodies that hasn't finished yet. Still going. Not the rhodies, what am I on about? You know what I mean. Hydrangeas. Okay. So just a quick shot across at the veg patch, and this is still the original seeds we put in. It's I mean, it's gone to flower. We've cut it back, and we're still eating it. So we got chard, beetroot, spinach in there. Our dwarf beans, they're ready for picking again. The runner beans, even though all the sticks collapsed, I put a piece of rebar in the middle, and there we go. I mean, look at them all. Lovely. I'm going to eat one of them. I'll have that one there. Yeah, I've done really well. And yeah, strawberry plants for feeding the blackbirds, because we never get any of them. And the courgettes have done really well. The rhubarb's just like a triffid. That's done fantastic. Okay, so I'll walk back round. It'll be a long shot on the tomatoes. I'm not going to walk the whole way down, but tomatoes and cucumbers have been fantastic this year. Done really well. Peppers not so well. So peppers here, we're still waiting for our first crop, but down the bottom, the tomatoes and the cucumbers. We picked 8 cucumbers yesterday. It's just bonkers, and they're really nice ones. They're kind of meal-sized cucumbers. Pretty little flowers everywhere. Okay. So a very quick walk into the orchard. Just a quick look at the fruit trees. I mean, everything in here is just grown really well. It's loved the rain. Shame about the pears. We did lose a lot of pears when we had the dry spell. They dropped lots, but we do have fruit this year. So the ones that stayed on, there we go. The ones that stayed on should be nice. And there's quite a few around this side. I'll come round. There we go. Lovely. So I think they're nearly ready. And if they're not quite ready, then what we'll do, we'll put them on the windowsill. And we have some fruit on this. They look a bit weird, like they've got diseased or something, but Yeah, it's quite amazing we've got plums, but we'll see. We'll definitely be trying to eat them. We had to share one plum last year with a wasp, but there's definitely a few more on there, and yeah, it's doing really nice. The weeping willow, now we took out the other weeping willow and put it at the top, it's just really shot up, and I think they don't like being over competed with. Okay, so a quick walk up here. Those things are over, and Jeanette's just leaving them now for the flower heads. We've got a seed collection afternoon probably coming pretty soon. There you go, dahlia. All the leaves been stripped, but the flowers survived. Okay, so where am I up to? I'm okay for time, yeah. And there we go. Jasmine. The jasmine is growing. Thanks Paul and Shirley Ann. I thought we killed it. It didn't do anything for ages, but it's going again now. So that'll climb and join all of the buddleia for the buddleia and jasmine arch. So hopefully next year. I mean, it's been really, of course the buddleia is just about over now, the flowers, but it's been a spectacular year for this. The arch has just been full of flower all spring and summer, late spring and summer. But as you can see now, it's just about over. The odd touch of blue, but not too much. I won't go across to the, oh actually I will. I'm gonna walk over, because the dahlias here, they always do fantastically well, and I missed getting them last year because the there we go. And they are really, really beautiful. I'll come down to one. Yeah, they do well here. I think it's because good drainage. They don't get flooded here. They come back year on year, which is really good. Whereas other places, the tubers just rot. Okay, so now I'm heading round to the front. And I shall take a quick trip round the one side of the garden, but finish off in the white garden, because I did promise Jeanette that we'd get a bit more of the white gardening. Red hot pokers still going. We've had red hot pokers going since April now. They've done really well. They're really pretty. And this bed needs taming. Everything's gone a bit wild. The grass has gone a bit over the top, so I think we'll be digging that out and clearing it. The phlox this year, even though they got absolutely battered in the winds, here we have them. We have flowers this year. The phlox have given us some lovely flowers. So they look a bit battered, but it's nice that they have actually flowered. I missed the boat at the back. I wonder if I get a chance just to pause it at the end and just go back to the boat at the back. But the boat at the front is nice as well. Look at all the I've forgotten the name of them. I'll remember the name of them in a minute. Not Cosmea. Nope, it's gone. They used to be called marigolds, but they're not called marigolds anymore, and I've forgotten the name of them now. But we're going to be digging them out anyway and popping them around the garden. So canthus in there. And this has done well. This has enjoyed it. You can see where it's wettest, so if you walk down the line you can see it gets shorter and shorter. And again at the front, I thought we were going to lose this. Everything had flopped to the ground on the gunnerer, but it's picked itself up with all the rain. And yeah, this is the best it's ever been in September. And some of those leaves are huge. Look at that big one there. Massive leaves on it. And if we could supply this with water all summer, I know it'd be 10 foot tall, really, really dramatic, but we can't. It's a front bed, we've planted that with wildflowers, and I think that will be good next year. Okay, so I've got 5 minutes now to walk across, walk round. All of the hydrangeas are doing okay round here. Cherry tree there as well, and the hydrangeas up along there, which are going to provide some protection to the rest of the garden. The hydrangeas around here, the mop heads, I think now they've dried out. I don't know if this will pick up the colour, but it's really striking and absolutely full of blossom. It's definitely the best this has ever been. The osteospermum as well, doing really well around there. Okay, and we've tamed the hedge. I was up there chopping that last week. I did not enjoy that at all, but at least it's done. Here's the other protection for the Isle of Wight College bed in the front here. So I'll come round it from this side because I think the light's better. I think it's doing really well. Cordylines is shooting up. At last, the monkey puzzle tree is above my head height. This phormium probably needs to be split. It's getting a bit of a monster now. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top. And there's our lovely, it's ivy. So it's a dead tree trunk with ivy, and it's about to start opening its little flowers. These little things here, if I zoom right in and get my finger in shot. And in 2-3 weeks time this will be covered in ivy bees. I don't know where they come from, but it will absolutely be a mass of ivy bees feeding on the nectar. So ivy is a bit of an annoyance in the garden, but when you allow something like this, it looks nice, and it's really good for wildlife. Okay, these things look very exotic, but they are hard work because they keep on popping up absolutely everywhere. Alright, so we dug out one of the hydrangeas. Not that spectacular here, it's got a way to go. Cosmos here is beautiful, the best it's ever been. This is the biggest cosmos we've ever had, and there's so many buds coming on it as well. They're really pretty. And the little insects, as you can see one in there, seem to like them. And we've got the white hydrangeas at the back. It's the lilies that are now finished. But everything's doing okay. There's another hydrangea at the back. It's doing much better. I love this, and I can't remember the name of it. I can actually see the label for it, so I can cheat here and pick the label up. And it's called, actually it's just phlox. I don't believe, Goldie Phlox White it's called. If I go down, right down into it, you can see the really delicate, pretty flowers. Yeah, actually, they probably are phlox. They're doing really well. And the Japanese anemones, I said on the video earlier this year about all is forgiven when they come into flower. Well, there we go. We don't mind that taking a big area. The flowers are absolutely beautiful. and there's loads of flowers coming as well. Even when they finish flowering, if I can catch the colour of the heads is so pretty. They look nice just by themselves. Yeah. Some white foxgloves as well. And white osteospermum. Of course, this is a white garden. We've got an interloper, and I'm not sure if Jeanette's already moved it.